It's such a beautiful day.
Life without memory is no life at all. But what if one day you started to forget? This is Bill. Bill is the main character of Don Hertzfeldt's 2012 film, It's Such a Beautiful Day. The film explores multiple existential themes, such as life and death, processing traumatic events, and what it would feel like to live with memory loss. Bill suffers from an unknown condition, likely dementia caused by a brain tumor, that leads to his memory degrading over the course of the film. It explores how someone with such a condition can live their life, and in the process, shows the audience the importance of memory. In psychology, there are 7 sins of memory. Of them, It's Such a Beautiful Day deals with 3: absent-mindedness, memory misattribution, and transience. Absent-mindedness is something I'm sure we've all experienced, that feeling of being so caught up in leaving for an event you forget to put on your shoes. In It's Such a Beautiful Day, Bill absent-mindedly repeats parts of his day over and over again, such as buying groceries multiple times a week without realizing he still has food. Towards the end of the movie, in one of the film's most impactful scenes, Bill decides to take a walk around the block, noticing that small things like a shoe filled with leaves fills him with inexplicable sadness. When Bill returns home, he notes,
It's kind of a really nice day. He decides to take a walk around the block.
He continues this cycle, each time not realizing what he's doing, but subconsciously, some part of him remembers. Some part of him knows this isn't his first time seeing that shoe, and it fills him with inexplicable sadness. Memory misattribution is a relatively self-explanatory concept, the idea of attributing one memory to another source incorrectly. Throughout the middle of the movie, we take a moment to learn about Bill's family history and their unusual deaths. Bill's great-grandfather was a quiet and unassuming man who once strangled a rock in a fit of religious excitement. One day, while eating an onion, he was hit by a train. Then, we learn about Bill's great-uncle, who became a preacher that grew out his mole hairs before eventually being crippled by lead poisoning and polio. And then he was hit by a train. Shortly after, Bill receives a phone call informing him of his mother's passing, where she launched into a fit of senile hysterics after forgetting to take her medications. And then she was hit by a train. Following his mother's death, a doctor in the film makes direct reference to memory misattribution, telling Bill that certain memories of his life and his family history may be inaccurate, and that he may be misattributing certain details of how one family member died to another. Transience is the decaying ability to retrieve memory over time, and is present throughout Hertzfeldt's film. Early in the film, Bill is given memory tests to take home and complete each day as a part of his treatment plan. However, before long, Bill forgets why he's meant to take the tests, and eventually, he stops taking them altogether. Later, when Bill is told he doesn't have long left to live, his uncle gives him an address to a nursing home, where Bill's father, who abandoned him, lives now. However, during the drive to the home, with every mile, he loses a few more memories. By the time Bill meets his dad, neither Bill nor his frail old father knows why they are there, nor who each other is. By the end of the film, Bill finds himself in nature, not remembering where he is or how he got there. He notes how it's such a beautiful day as he lays down and dies.
Wait a minute. He's not gonna die.
He's not gonna die
But he
here.
doesn't die
No,
here.
no, no, no.
Bill?
Bill, get up. Get up, Bill,
No,
get up.
He can't
No,
die
he's not
here.
gonna die.
He can't ever die.
Bill? Bill?
In an unexpected moment, the narrator proclaims that Bill can't die here, and that he continues to live forever. He learns all that there is to know, learns every language, reads every book, knows every land. He creates stunning artwork and lives a life of love and loss, and love and loss, love and loss, until he watches the last stars in the universe blink out of existence. But Bill can't live forever. No one can. We only have so long before something happens, before we pass away, before we forget. While It's Such a Beautiful Day may deal with some of the 7 sins of memory, it also touches on one of the 7 virtues of memory, namely presence. Presence is the idea of being present in the moment, in noticing the little details of your life and appreciating them. Throughout the film, despite his worsening memory and mental state, Bill takes notice of the small, mundane details of his life, Moments when he sets down his keys after coming home, the craftsmanship of his bath mats, the grain patterns of his wooden cabinets. In one moment, Bill is so focused on a man using a leaf blower that he doesn't pay any attention to the discomfort caused by the man blowing leaves onto him. He's focusing on the little parts of his life. The narrator comments on how Bill has never really appreciated these things, all the small details of his life, and it wasn't until he knew he was going to die that he did. While on a walk, Bill proclaims, "Isn't everything amazing?" In his final moments before he dies, Bill makes one more statement about being present, about noticing small details and appreciating each day for what it is.
It's such a beautiful day.